right, well, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
You mind introducing yourself?
I'm Ollie Hackler, live here in Chattanooga, and the owner of Scenic City Hemp.
Nice. And tell me about your company, please.
We are founded last year at the end of 2018. We carry a variety of different CBD products. We've got products with CBD BioCare. I started off being an affiliate with them a couple of years ago. So we carry their oils primarily. We have a pet care line, a skin care line, some topicals. And then we've added a shop local section specifically for Chattanooga. Those are
nice.
handcrafted hemp products. And we're trying to help all the other little guys too work together.
Totally online?
Everything online right now. We do have product in several different shops. One being Scenic City Souvenir Shop, which is on the corner of Market Street there across from the aquarium. We have some topicals over at Four Bridges, and we will have oil at Riverfront Primary Care with Dr. Daniels over there as of next week. So we have partnered up with several different businesses here in Chattanooga, and we will also be doing a lot of events this year.
Oh yeah, like what?
Different events with 44 Social Club for one.
I see them on Instagram.
Yeah, they're big on Instagram, and they are actually in charge of coordinating those events. So it's a membership partnership with them, but we'll be at different local businesses, spring and summer here in Chattanooga with all of the concerts and festivals that go on, the markets. So we have a lot of exciting things coming up.
So with an online business, how do you interact with your customers?
A lot of social media marketing. We get a lot of private messages from people reaching out interested in CBD or just have questions about hemp in general, either want to get into the business, want to try a product. So we utilize social media platforms quite a bit.
Okay, good.
With Instagram, Facebook.
It's quite a new market to go after, just to be able to sell everything online and utilize Instagram. How's that going for you?
It's going very well.
Yeah?
Yes.
The hemp market is there on Instagram?
The hemp market is booming.
Oh, nice.
More and more, I feel every week.
Yeah?
A lot of new followers, and we try to follow and support a lot of other businesses, especially here in Chattanooga.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But do the same for other hemp entrepreneurs and everyone in the industry.
Well, what kind of topics are people ordering from you? Like the kind of your hottest items?
The topicals, especially the oils. A lot of questions we get are which milligrams should I go with, and what's the dosaging, and those are just really common questions.
Yeah, it seems to be working through the weeds of it.
Mm-hmm. We try to be an educational platform.
Yeah.
In addition to offering products, we really want to be there for people to reach out to and ask us. We don't have all the answers. We're still learning a lot too. We use Project CBD. I do for most of our sourcing for information, or CBD BioCare.
Okay.
So we refer people to those two sites, and we have links on our website for those two platforms.
Nice. And you do have a bit of a professional career, right?
I do. I've been in emergency medicine for 20 years this year. I've been a paramedic and still am, so I'm still nationally registered and certified here in Tennessee and Georgia. And
so you're big into medicine for one thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always been my jam.
How does that, do you take the products? Your own products? Yeah?
Yes.
And so since you are a professional and you take your own products, how does THC and drug testing play into that for you?
Well, that's a very interesting question. And I started taking CBD a couple of years ago for some anxiety, some back pain, sleep, various reasons.
Yeah.
And I had a buddy down in, I'm from Fort Myers, Florida, and he was in Tampa. And his family actually founded BioCare. And so CBD BioCare, we remove all THC, all traceable amounts of THC in the CBD products. So in our hemp products, there is 0 THC.
So no way to fail.
No way to fail. We do that specifically because there are a lot of people that are in this industry or want to try for the products, but they also either work for the county or they're in the medical profession. They have a drug test for work. So although hemp products can have that 0.3% or less and be legal, that still could pop you for a drug test. So we take that extra step. We are a premium product, we are full spectrum, but we take that extra step with the CO2 extraction and remove that.
So without any type of like official medical endorsement, because not asking for that, but
Can, yeah.
the people that you know within the industry or firefighters and things like that, it seems to be working as real medicine for them.
It is working as real medicine for them. And I do have people in all branches of EMS, police, fire, ambulance, so using our products and have not had issues, but have also had some relief with some ailments that they were getting into CBD for.
Because that's one of the big negatives that I come through, or things that people aren't sure about. They think like maybe this is some kind of snake oil that people are selling and things like that. So it is interesting to see that people are able to use it, no THC, and actually get the medical benefits from it.
Yeah, that's been a myth for a long time.
Yeah.
In fact, one funny story my cousin told me when she first found out I was getting into this industry was that she was so glad it became mainstream, because years ago when she was in college taking it, people thought she was a witch.
Yeah.
So it's just so silly, and look how far we've come, and I think we're only going to do that tenfold.
Nice. And what is your website?
ScenicCityHempCo.com.
Scenic City Hemp, okay.
The other important thing that I like to focus on too is just mental health awareness. There's a lot of people struggling, veterans with PTSD and anxiety and things that medications can help with, but then they also have a lot of side effects. And some of those side effects, they even state on the commercials, are suicidal thoughts.
That's like a big one, yeah.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just important for people to have an option, some natural options where they don't have to worry about drug testing.
Yeah. That is kind of a big deal, especially with veterans and sleep. And do you use it for sleep, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, how's that improved?
It's improved sleep tremendously for me. So I take it religiously every morning with coffee. It's become part of my regimen, my routine in the morning with vitamins. It's that vitamins, CBD, and coffee. And I'm good.
And you just mix it into the coffee, or you
No,
just take a tincture?
I just take it. I take it sublingually.
So are you taking like an indica sativa variety?
No, so it's not either here nor there. It's just full spectrum.
Yeah, and that doesn't really get you drowsy or anything
No.
like that. It just helps relax.
It does. It just sort of balances me out as far as, especially if I have something going on that day where I'm just feeling a little anxious about it. Just keeps me a little balanced. It's funny how it would work for me differently during the day than it does at night. But it's because I'm up and moving and I'm not laying down ready for bed.
Yeah.
And I'll only take about a half a tincture in the morning. And if I'm having back pain or something, I'll take some during the day. If not, I take it again at night and I sleep well.
What do those doses look like when you talk about half a tincture? It's like, because I know like some bottles are 25 milligram and some are 250. What does the average drop type convert to for a person taking it?
Sure. Well, that'll vary between the different milligrams that you purchase. So all of our bottles with CBD BioCare are 30 mLs, so 30 milliliters, and then we carry anywhere from 500 milligrams up to 3,500 milligrams. But basically, you can break that down. So if you get 500 milligrams, divide by 30 and get your math. So
Okay, cool.
per full tincture, that would be your milligram for dosing. And everybody's different. So when people ask me that, I recommend what I take. But it can be based on weight a little bit. You know, you're going to take probably a little more than me, but the only way to
I think
really know is to just try it. I'm talking tall. Yeah. So just try it and then titrate up or down.
Yeah.
It's really not rocket science in the sense that it has to be per drop, or people are afraid to take too much.
Yeah, because there's like this, they kind of see like there's a big cliff where they're like, all of a sudden I've done too much, I'm kind of worried. But it's CBD, it's...
Yeah, you might sleep a little better then.
Yeah.
But you're going to be fine.
You're not getting kind of whacked out of your mind or anything like that. No THC.
No THC. There's no psychoactive effects of CBD whatsoever. So it's if you get high, you're going to be a rich person. You can be the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's interesting. Like, again, trying to remove all that stigma, especially with a product like yours that is specifically made with zero THC. And what does CBD in a candle do?
So this is a company that I use here, Casey Candle Company, and they're helping us brand right now.
Okay.
So they're going to be intertwining some hemp wicks.
Yeah.
But other than that, this is just getting our branding out and getting. Everybody loves candles.
I mean, I know that everybody has those diffusers with the oils and things like that, so I wasn't sure if candles kind of function the same.
Not yet.
No. Okay.
I'll keep you posted though if it
awesome.
comes to that.
Yeah. So what else would you like to tell me about your brand and what you're doing?
Again, we're just trying to focus on education. If people in the area are looking to do like a CBD 101 class or for example, we had a place reach out to us with a fitness studio here, so we may be doing some things with them. I don't want to mention their name just yet in case, until everything's finalized.
Yeah.
But if you've got a yoga studio or fitness studio that you'd like to carry our products, you can carry our products wholesale and add revenue to your business for one, but we really want to be your educational go-to.
Yeah, because I'm actually looking for some athletes to talk to and how it affects them and the muscle recovery and things like that.
Yeah, that's been a big one. Actually, I have several people taking it for that reason.
Yeah.
And that's just because, your muscles become inflamed, you can't recover if you don't rest.
Yeah, I'm 35 years old, just regular day-to-day stuff kind of.
Yeah.
No,
We're
I'm
not
not
spring
gonna call
chickens
that
anymore, but it's all
athletics,
good. We do okay.
Yeah. So what do you offer? Do you offer subscriptions, or when people's bottles come back and just reorder, or what's the normal ordering method with you?
Yes, everything is online. I do offer free local delivery here in Chattanooga, but everything is just bought online. We have auto ship, so meaning they can sign up to do just have it drop shipped to their house once a month or however frequently they want to, but typically it's just when they run out, they reorder. We do about a sale once a month or two with BioCare. And
Okay.
all of this is on our website that we market. So we try to give people the opportunity to purchase in bulk when we're having big sales and save some money. We're all about that.
What differentiates between a person that should use a lotion versus a tincture for that muscle pain?
Well, it just depends on so for patients that have arthritis and they're really hurting that day, that topical is probably going to relieve it a little quicker than taking an oil sublingual. I explain it to people in that taking it sublingual is correcting the problem internally, and that ailment didn't happen overnight, more than likely, and so it's not going to always be corrected overnight. We're very used to looking for a quick fix, but with pain meds, for example, opioids, will tell the brain and tell the body this doesn't hurt anymore, and it doesn't.
Right. Yeah.
But it's not fixing the inflammation and the underlying problem at all. In fact, it eventually causes other problems and other addictions. However, CBD can go in and eventually fix that inflammation, or at least help it and decrease it. It's going to take some time. So consistency is key with taking it sublingually, and the topicals are more for that, okay, my back's really hurting right now, and I'd like for it to feel better in about 5 minutes.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I know for me, like if I take a warm shower and then get out and I use them when my pores are open, it feels like the medicine absorbs really well, and it kind of helps that way. So.
Definitely.
But it does kind of make sense to kind of take the CBD orally to kind of maybe work out the knots that way or something like that, kind of long term.
Yeah, or even for preventative medicine.
Yeah.
We're all taking it probably for a little bit for damage control, but then again, you could be taking it as a dietary supplement and possibly prevent osteoporosis.
You just take like a little bit of tincture a day, or just
every
a couple
day.
drops in the morning and at night?
Exactly.
Nice. Oh, interesting.
I've noticed a big difference because, if you look at the science as to why CBD works so well for so many different things, it's because you have that endocannabinoid system, and there's receptors that are throughout your whole body. And so it's targeting and hitting all of those receptors. And so over time, if you're taking it consistently, your body is literally balancing out. And it's called homeostasis. So if you look up that word, I know you know all about it. But if people that are listening, do your research. Look it up. Read about it. I had to do a lot of self-study. And it's important that we don't look up things enough. I don't feel like with medications, we get a script and we go, okay, doctor says I can take it, I'm going to take it. Yeah,
absolutely. The CBD, I think for the most people, especially as far along as you are, they are definitely doing their research and finding out this is something I'm interested in and willing to pursue.
Yeah.
Especially a lot of people who it's kind of a last ditch, let's see what I can do. They've gone down cancer meds and stuff like that. And
Definitely. And even with patients that are going through cancer treatment, I don't condone traditional medicine. I just think that there are some other options that we can be doing in conjunction with.
Yeah.
So for instance, I've had several family members and friends affected by cancer. CBD can at least help alleviate some of the symptoms from the chemotherapy and the radiation, the nausea, the vomiting.
Yeah, the more severe stuff,
Yeah, and so it definitely cannot hurt to use it in conjunction with, if anything.
How would that work with tumors? Because I know people talk about it, that cancer comes in tumors and things like that. How does that work? How does it reduce it, or does it just help aid it and make it not as intense?
Well, again, going back to just like chemo and radiation, those things can shrink the tumors and kill the tumors. That's what they're taking it for, doing it for. But it also can do a lot of damage to some other organs in the body. Yeah. And so we're trying to keep those healthy and not cause other problems later on. CBD, as far as I don't use the C word. I don't think it's really we don't know yet. Yeah. There's still a lot of research being done. There are a lot of articles out there and research studies out there showing that CBD is shrinking and reducing the size of tumors. But again, it's one of those things that I can't sit here and tell you that's 100%. Yeah. But I can tell you that if I have cancer, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a good college try. Yeah. Because if anything, it's your ailment's already there. Your problem's already there.
Radiation scares me a lot more than hemp.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. And it's not going to cause what you already have going on. Yeah. So it can't hurt to try.
One thing I did forget. Where are we at right now?
We're the Moxie.
Yeah, the Moxie Chattanooga.
We're the Moxie Chattanooga. Thank you.
This place is really cool. I got here early to check it out. Got some food. It was delicious. The breakfast thing, amazing. I didn't think that was. Breakfast food, and then they come out with something completely different. It's like a pizza.
Yeah, they're flatbreads. Flatbreads here are amazing, and thanks to Casey Swidwell, the marketing manager, for hooking us up with the studio room today. Yeah. And
it's very nice. It's much appreciated. Yeah. Big screen TV. We got a fire going.
We got a fire. It's spring, but we're in Tennessee where it's cold and then hot. Yeah. And then not. So.
So, is there anything else you want to discuss today?
No, just thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Great, I hope you get some attention and some new people asking questions to you out of this,
Yeah, and I'm curious too, just how you got into this podcast and it being solely cannabis focused. I was reading on your website too after we chatted. Yeah. I think that's great. And
the way I got into this actually was in 2005. I was in active duty in the Navy. I was sitting at some coffee shop or something, reading one of the local magazines, and it said, get your medical marijuana card today, and I was like, okay, I got nothing else going on, so let me see how this works. So yeah, I went down there, got my medical marijuana card. I think it was for headaches and knee pain and just pretty much, legitimate stuff that I had, but I didn't try telling them I had cancer or AIDS or anything like that. It was just like, yeah, all right, I'll tell you exactly what I got. And they said, okay, well, you can feel free to try cannabis for that. And so right after that, I was like, all right, where's the local cannabis shop? And found out I could grow. And then I found out that people were actually using it for medicine. I learned about a guy named Jack Hare who was doing a lot of work within California to promote the medical uses and legalizations and hemp and all of that. So got a chance to work with him for a little bit, which was exciting, and started seeing patients and how they were reacting and the things that were changing for them and how beneficial it was for them to have a couple plants within their own house and keep growing it. And then and then the community trading different medicines. One guy was good at baking, so make some edibles. Another guy was good at making tinctures. So
bacon goes with everything.
Yeah, it was just trading everything throughout, and people were getting medicine, and their quality of life was going up. So that's when it changed from something I was doing in high school to have fun to actually real medicine and seeing how it was working, and just not just working for what I used it for, but people who had real issues. So got into it there, and then spent some time in Colorado as well, growing and working with as a bud tender with patients and things like that. So I kept seeing the medical community there, working with it, and then when you're working with so many patients over time, you start to really get that bit of a humanitarian vibe at the same time, knowing them and how things work for them. And so when you talk to one patient and a typical use works for it, well, then you got another one that says, you know what, I think this might work for you because of someone else. And so when you start doing that over and over, It's like you really want to share more and more of that knowledge because not a lot of people are making those connections. I mean, we have the internet now, so a lot of things are changing.
Yeah, but you can see the impact.
Yeah, but when I got into it in 2005, you know, we didn't even have the first iPhone yet, so a lot has changed since I got into it and trying to connect people and ideas and knowledge that way. And growing and moved back to Tennessee where I'm originally from. And
you're back in Chattanooga now?
Yeah, back in Chattanooga now. When I first started talking to people about medical marijuana here, they looked at me like I was just a crazy man. And so I was just like,
this guy
who
Cali.
is this guy? Yeah. So, and those are my aunts, you know, they're like, come on, Chris, this isn't happening. California is like 20 years ahead of us. So
well, like, slow south is catching up.
Yeah, so, and now as things change, I just want to work with farmers. I want to work with local companies. I want to see them thrive. I want to see people get knowledge as we come out of the dark ages of marijuana on how it actually is a medicine, how it can help people. And so one of my big fears is that people in these shops aren't trained, but everybody I talk to like you, it turns out that they've actually taken their time to study it and they're working with it with what they got and what's available to them. So that's really encouraging to me because I want to see a real medical market open up here.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, medical in the sense that it's not just, I'm all for people smoking pot if they want to smoke pot, and I don't want them to go to jail for it, but for the people who actually need it for medicine, I don't want them getting it from the people who are just trying to smoke pot and don't know anything about it, you know? I want them to be able to talk to somebody who actually knows what they're dealing with as far as a medical aspect of it, you know? So.
Yeah, we're trying to end that stigma, and so we're trying not to misguide people again.
Yeah.
We've been misguided for way too long.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that I've met almost all the owners of these hemp shops here in Chattanooga, and every single one of them are top notch, done their research. So I don't think there's a bad place to go to in Chattanooga, not that I know of. Yeah,
and it's really exciting. I met with some guys this week from an extraction company who they were really interested in it, so they just started researching in their lab, or not in their lab, in their garage, and turning it into a lab, and then started getting the medical benefits for them. And just,
I think I know who you're talking about. I think they may be open in May. But there's a lab.
Little Tree Labs?
Yes.
Yes, that's it there. Little Tree Labs. Yeah. LittleTreeLabs.com. That one will actually be up and out soon. So
it's exciting. And a lot of new farms. So.
How do you know those guys?
Just all through networking.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Been doing a lot of networking the past year or so, and then again, just social media. You know.
Nice.
We can just sort of follow each other and bounce ideas off of each other, ask questions, and support each other. I think it's great.
Yeah, and another goal that I do have with this show actually is that I do want to keep the community being built so that we are a community, because I think that there's a big chance for Chattanooga to have more of a cottage industry or micro brewery type thing with this. I think we're big enough and large enough to where everybody can profit and do well. At the same time, keep it local and, you know, deal with people that are here, you know, instead of just getting it at Walmart and.
Exactly.
Which, you know, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'm not going to knock it, but I like having a community, you know?
Yeah, I like the small community, a little more of an organic feel.
Yeah.
We went to the Hemp Expo in Nashville last year, and we had a table and a booth, and we sponsored that, and that was really exciting. It was the first time, you know, NOCO from Colorado ever come south.
Yeah.
So, don't know that they're going to be doing it again this year, but that would maybe be a great opportunity for you to do some coverage on that.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep things.
I'm
trying to keep eyes open for things like that. So always feel free to
and seed the shelf.
Point me in the right direction.
Seed the shelf has been here for this might be the 5th year, 6th year in Chattanooga. So we'll be a part of that this year too. That'll be in the fall.
Are you looking at growing?
The idea's there.
Yeah, or at least one plant on the balcony.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that'd be great.
Yeah.
It's an interest. One thing, you know, at a time.
Yeah.
Put before the other, but so far that's the direction I've taken it since the beginning. Is BioCare led to Scenic City, and Scenic City there's endless possibilities. But growing is definitely an interest, and we'll see where it goes.
All right. Well, keep me posted on anything you do. All right.
Thank you. I will, Chris. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Really nice to meet you.
And just like that, it's over.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for keeping me going. There were times where I just kind of ran out of words and just you brought me right back up, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Normally, I'm not a talker or communicator. I mean, in college, I did some stuff to where I had to do a lot of teaching and a lot of public speaking. So I got into it and I enjoyed that aspect of it. But normally I just wouldn't talk. I'm just kind of a hermit. And that's another reason why I do this, is to kind of push me out of my own shell to go out and do stuff. So
I can be that way too.
Yeah, I think it's really easy. And I think when you've been in the marijuana industry, it's really easy just to go home and just avoid the world. Be like, keep my bad habits in the closet with me. And,
well, you know, I've never really been, even though I've done some marketing and stuff before with like medical companies, but I hate sales. And so when people ask me like, how'd you get into sales? I'm like, I don't consider myself in sales. I just talk about it, what I know about it, and the rest kind of sells itself. And I try to keep it that way.
That's like with me as a bud tender and that type of sales. Like I can sell some pot. I don't say that as in large numbers, but I can get the people what they want, because if they're already looking at it, they're interested anyway. So
for sure.
But like, I don't want to sell any product that I don't know about or don't want to talk about. So, like, if you told me out there to sell cars to somebody, babe, I would fall on my face. And I would go broke.
Be broke.
Yeah.
Funny. Well, that went well. Yeah, I look forward to
The Nuga Bell one. What was that on?
basically the same thing as far as like Scenic City and